When the president comes to New Orleans and when the National Urban League Conference takes place, the eyes of the world are going to be on New Orleans.
The Crescent City is once again in the national spotlight this week as the National Urban League Conference comes to town.
WDSU reporter Wdsu has a preview of what conference attendees and the local community can expect, which includes a visit from President Obama. She's live in the studio at 10.
Scott Norman, this conference is welcome news for the city's businesses, which typically suffer a downturn in the summer months. So far, about 4,000 people have registered. While it's certainly not the largest convention the city has ever hosted, it does feature some of the most high-profile attendees, like President Barack Obama. Situated in the warehouse district and right across from the convention center,
we have a Cajun sampler here.
Okay. Mulots typically suffers from a summer slowdown, but things are picking up.
Over the last few summers that we have seen an increase in business. In fact, probably a 10% increase just from last summer.
It's thanks in part to a steady stream of conventions.
Join Nolan Rollins and I at the National Urban League Conference.
Like the National Urban League Conference. It kicks off on Wednesday with an opening address by President Barack Obama.
He comes at a time when the eyes of the nation are really focused on the future.
National Urban League President and former New Orleans Mayor Mark Morial says the president's speech will likely echo the theme of this year's conference: Occupy the vote, employment and education empower the nation.
And we are the nation's premier organization that tries to help people and not only help them but also serve as a voice for them.
While the president's seminars and panels are limited to registered attendees, Morial says residents can take advantage of the free expo at the convention center.
What I'm excited about is what's there for the New Orleans community: a career fair, a college fair, 3 days when people can literally walk in for free and really take in some very important information.
Morial calls it a purpose with a party, and local businesses are more than happy to play host. President Barack Obama's trip includes a fundraising event at the House of Blues on Wednesday. The National Urban League Conference takes place from Wednesday to Saturday. Norman?
Symphony, thank you. According to the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the National Urban League Conference is expected to have an economic impact of $4.7 million. Also new at 10, a Mississippi daycare